Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tesla Life number 228. Here we are on the 10th day of November,
Yeah.
2021. How's everyone out there? Hope you're all doing fine. Well, with us as regular, we have Mr. Kacey Green joining us from DC. How are you today, sir?
Doing all right. It was a nice temperate day today.
It was up here as well. So, yeah,
Yep.
looking. But I hear the storms are coming. So
And tomorrow's Veterans Day.
that's right. Or Remembrance Day here in Canada.
Or Remembrance Day.
Exactly. Also joining us, Mr. Patrick Connor from the Portland area. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. Hello out there, Tesla Nation. Thanks for joining us. Should be a fun show, and I'm taking tomorrow off. It's Veterans Day, so
That's right.
I'm
Thank you
going
for your
to,
service.
yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, the news never stops. Nothing new there. But let's start off with a kind of an interesting story. The first, I guess, school in Canada has become a net zero operation. So there's a secondary school in London, Ontario, that has taken the help of Tesla Energy to put up a number of solar panels and a battery bank in order to allow the school to become neutral in energy use. So this is actually, I should probably share the screen. There's a nice photo of the outside of the school.
Yeah.
So we'll just share that.
I wonder how long this was in process, because they used power packs instead of mega pack.
Yeah, so you've got a photo from the outside. The parking lot is covered in solar panels. And then they have another area off to the side where they fenced in a number of batteries that were sourced from Tesla. The site does feature 2,700 solar panels covering the carport, which of course makes ideal sense. You've got a break from the summer sun during that season, as well as you've got some cover for the vehicles when it's raining or snowing. So it certainly makes a lot of sense. They also have 2.2 megawatt hours of Tesla batteries installed on site as well. So this will remove approximately 277 tons of carbon each year based on the energy analysis. And this is, of course, as mentioned, it's the first carbon neutral secondary school in Canada. So kind of surprised it's the first, but at least now we have something to point at for new installations and people to understand where the savings are and how much is required to make their site energy neutral.
You know what that is, Mark? That's a
What's
school
that, Patrick?
whose future is going to be free from fossil fuels.
Of
Perfect
course.
place to put it.
Of course. That is Patrick's complete goal in these broadcasts, is to slip in the FFFF message anywhere he can. Congratulations, Patrick.
Indeed. So I was surprised to see it only has 8 power packs and 2 inverters. I just, with the cancellation of the power pack, I just would really expect a mega pack there.
And maybe it was something about what was available to them at the time of installation.
Tesla said, we got these old things laying around. Do you want them as a donation?
we all know that Tesla has, they need every battery they can get.
Yes.
And if they're in different formats for whatever reason, obviously they're going to sell whatever they can to move them out because they're waiting for batteries on all different levels to get these projects into play. So that could be part of the beggars can't be choosers type selection.
Oh, by the way,
I'm sure they work
Derek was
fine.
first in chat today, and JT has a marketing idea for you.
There we go. The the Patrick T-shirt. Absolutely.
Put a bunch of F's on the front, and then on the back, put what the phrase means.
Yeah, it reminds me of that make 7-Up yours. Yeah, up yours.
Next, we're going to talk a little bit about FSD. I'll just make the notation before we get into Kacey's update that, of course, FSD 10.4 did get released shortly after the weekend, or on Sunday evening, somewhere between
Saturday
Sunday and
night.
Monday. It got released. But Kacey, how are things happening in the FSD beta world for you?
They're going pretty well. Elon said that, this one's delayed. Expect it Sunday, and then Saturday night on my way to go pick my wife up from work, it was there. And I was like, well, didn't get to drive it because it takes too long to install. And had a chance the next day, and it's very smooth. It now shows speed bumps. It still wants to launch off of those same speed bumps that it can see now, and there are a few where it both marks them and slows down, which is always a surprise to me. And it hasn't tried to jump off a bridge this time, like 10.3.1 did. Yeah, that was startling when it tried to. You're in the lane. It has to make a turn, but instead of making the turn, it wants to go into the shoulder. But the way the wheel is turned is just so much that you feel that it's trying to jump off the edge of the bridge.
Well, that's a great point to make, to remind people, if you haven't received FSD beta and you're trying to get it, and you do get it, you have to operate that vehicle as if it could jump off a bridge at any moment. Because
it might.
If you've noticed some of Kacey's videos, when he's in that mode, he's actually cupping the steering wheel at all times. Yeah. And the steering wheel is just spinning through his hands as he cups it loosely. And then, of course, if something was to go awry, which we've seen a couple of those videos, haven't we?
Yes.
Where a couple of situations where it has gone awry, he's quickly able to grasp the wheel and stop that turn from happening, which he wasn't expecting to go on. So that's something that people that are using the FSD have to do. It's your responsibility. You have to be always in charge. And I would certainly state that anyone that's doing it is probably paying more attention to driving than they ever have done in the past, because this is something that you are not necessarily knowing it's going to do something weird in maybe in not an opportune time. So you have to be paying attention.
Yeah, and the safety score, while it is not fair, it does get you prepped for that level of just nonsense that the car might choose to do. For instance, there's an exit near my house where if I'm in the right-hand lane, it will take it very sloppily, but it will take it. But if I'm in the left-hand lane that also turns right, because it's one-way street, it'll try to turn left and go down traffic the wrong way.
Oops.
And then it throws a tantrum when I correct it. Like, it just nopes out for like 30 seconds, and you can't turn it back on. And then after 30 seconds, it's like, oh, I'm over it. Let's go.
And another enhancement, or I guess warning, that happened with FSD is now a message will come up on the screen if FSD notices that you're not behaving properly while FSD is in operation. So we knew about the warning email that went out, but now there's a warning message that will come up on screen in the car, letting the driver know that we're noticing you're not paying attention. So again, this is serious business. This is not just a fun thing, a nice little addition to your drive. This is serious.
Right.
You are really training the neural net, and you need to be paying attention. And Tesla is going to, most likely, they'll even remove people based on their inattention to the driving while FSD is on.
Right, you're putting your life at risk and other people's life at risk, you have to be responsible. Absolutely.
I had a chance to talk to a Redditor who got theirs pulled. They were doing, or was it Twitter? Either way, they were doing over 80, and when your car goes division only, it can't do over 80 in the mode, and so they did that one too many times, and Tesla said yoink and pulled it away. I'm wondering if the pop-up message it now shows up on your MCU screen. I wonder if that replaces the email, or if you see two of those, you're getting your last chance, your one email, and it pretty much says the exact same verbiage as what the email used to say about how you're not driving safely, and we see you.
Well, it's probably even better for it to show up in the car because now it's alerting you while you're doing it.
Right,
or
so you know what triggered
it. To have done it. Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a puppy. If you correct them in the act, it's okay. But if you try to correct them like the next day when you find their mess, they don't know what happened. They just know you're mad. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. And of course, we did hear that they were going to be moving into the 98th percentile of people.
Yes. I haven't heard anybody with 98 say they got it yet, though.
I haven't heard that either. So
anybody out there in the chat? No.
I'm not sure if that had happened as of yet.
Yesterday, I heard a 99 that got it, and it wasn't until late Sunday night I heard some of the original beta testers say they got it. So I don't know what criteria they're using now, but they're going out in batches of 1,000, and I guess whatever was up with my car, they're like, hey, you can have it now. Only thing I can think is in addition to doing the videos and tapping the submit button whenever it does something stupid, I do like to send them a little email explaining why I thought what it was and at what time frames. So it gives them a little bit to build on.
If you're watching this video through the week and you did get FSD 90 for a 98%, put a note. Let us know what day you got alerted about that. That'll be interesting to viewers of the site, certainly.
Yeah, or if you bumped your score up to 99 and then are getting with this release also. Yeah. I think that's a more likely way to get it at this point.
Yeah, because I guess if the score does get bumped up in between releases, the group that went up into the category that's already covered should be notified immediately, you would think.
Pretty close to immediate is what I've been seeing from others.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Their area is kind of like here. You gotta really be on it to get the 100.
Next, Patrick's got a little bit of talk about capital markets and how it relates to Tesla.
But first, our disclaimer.
That's right. Well, this is not stock advice. This is just talk about stock. So Tesla has been on a wild ride. Looking at it over the last 30 days, it has gone from just below 800 to up over 1,200. And now, as we speak, it's about at 1,068. So
I looked before the show; they were at 1088 in post market.
Okay. Yep. So after hours,
1,088 for those who don't know the vernacular for us.
Right. Yeah. So 1,091 right now as we speak after hours. Yeah. So much like everything else with Tesla, it's ever-changing, it's volatile, and a wild, fun ride, and usually in the right direction. So, but not always. So we have a story here from Teslarati titled "Tesla (TSLA) makes the largest 12-day gain in the history of capital markets."
Oh, wow.
So this is when
not just theirs, everybody's.
Right. Yes. Not just.
Wow.
Not
I didn't realize that.
A new high for Tesla, but it's also a market making run, and I don't know if you compared that inflation adjusted to whatever, but still, it went from 800 to 1,200, and in the process, that it increased its market cap by 400 billion. Now, most companies are less than 400 billion in market cap. Certainly not all of them, but this is incredible. This is just, and then of course it gave some of that back. But what a huge run! And Tesla is not like other companies. They do things in unprecedented ways, both in their products and in the stock market.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's the
it's
short
quite a
version.
run. It's absolutely quite a run, and it's amazing to watch the stock go in spurts. Like definitely the Hertz announcement seemed to be
Yeah.
the straw that broke the camel's back and pushed Tesla to new heights.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was legitimate or, like here's the crazy thing is, as Elon had mentioned, is that of course those cars were sold already, regardless
Right.
as to whether Hertz bought them or not.
Right.
Well, those production
Because
slots.
that's right,
Mm-hmm,
exactly.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
all that's doing is, pushing future car sales down the road a little bit, because really that 100,000 vehicles or 150, depending on what report you read, those are already sold. We've got customers lining up that now are being told that there are no available cars left in the 2021 year, and that any car that you order from Tesla is definitely going to be into 2022, some deep into 2022. So it's interesting to watch the stock react in different ways. Um, we hear about Tesla paying off debt, paying loans
Right.
off early. Um, and again, we didn't see as much reaction to those things as we did this Hertz
Hertz.
sale.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the Elon paying his taxes so he could buy more shares thing. And the way they reported the Elon selling his shares to buy more taxes, not to pay the
Right.
taxes to buy more shares thing.
Yeah. And that I'm not sure why he put it out on Twitter, but he
Get
does.
people off
That's
his back
one
and
of
out of
his
his pocket.
things. Right. He had talked about with Kara Swisher how he was going to be paying taxes anyway because he
Right.
had options that were coming due, so he had to sell as those vested, and that would generate a huge tax burden. So I think most of that was happening anyway. I don't know if he's adding on to it for this, but as a shareholder, I was like, no, you shouldn't be selling. You hodl, hodl, hodl,
Right. Right.
hodl. Hodl gang, man, come on. I
Well,
thought
he had a bunch of really loud, really influential people who don't seem to, or sorry, I should say, who benefit from not understanding paper profits. They
yeah,
understand it because they are also wealthy. So their inability to understand that your paper profits can disappear overnight. In fact, I responded to one of them. I was like, "Hey, so if they pay the taxes on these gains that they haven't cashed out, can they also claim a tax benefit on when they tank?"
right.
Silence,
Yes,
crickets.
right. Yeah, the government doesn't often issue. Oh, you paid taxes 5 years ago. Here's your money back because
Yeah,
that
they don't
that
give
didn't
refunds like
work
that.
out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're
Yeah.
one of their acolytes tried to say, "Oh well, on your house, you don't get money back either." And I was like, "Well, yeah, but on your house, if your house goes down that much, you can go to the assessor and you won't get any money back. But if you owe any taxes right away, they usually drop right away, or at the very least for the next cycle. You can't
Right.
do that with stocks if that became a thing."
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, property taxes is an interesting analogy because that is one place where you are paying taxes every year on an unrealized gain. You're
yeah.
not paying on the capital gain of the actual house, but just for owning it. So yeah,
Except for a
that's a
bunch of dumb states like Virginia and South Carolina where they tax you every year on your car. This year it really
oh
hurt me
really?
because my car went up in value, even though nobody would pay the new price for it.
You tried to
Wow.
sell it to them for the price they say
I
it's
did.
worth,
Right?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't take it though.
No.
That should be part of the deal. If they're going to
Yeah,
assess it, you should
exactly.
be able
Yes.
to.
Derek has a good point there. He's asking if they have a shelf life, and that's exactly why Elon is in this position because if he doesn't act on it, they do expire, and that's a lot of money just leave on the table.
Right. Yeah, it's typically 7 years, I think, for options.
Yeah. Plus,
And
that's how he gets paid, so that adds another wrinkle on top of that.
Yeah,
um,
because he doesn't collect a salary.
right, and he
It's
normally
all
doesn't
from
cash out the options. Instead, he borrows against them and holds the
Yeah.
shares because
right.
that way he retains his voting rights and avoids the taxes. And there's nothing. Um, there's a difference between being tax optimal versus tax cheat. There's a huge
Yeah.
legal difference there, and he's not cheating. He's following the rules as they're written.
Yeah. I kind of see why he would do it now. I mean, why not do it at an all-time high? Like you said, pay back some of those loans, take care of the taxes, versus doing it when you're kind of in the middle, or worse, like with the Model 3 doing it at the bottom.
Right, but you don't know when the next all-time high is going to be. I mean,
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. He could be cleaning up later on too. So
Yes.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, Tesla stock is a roller coaster ride. So if you get involved with it, you better have a strong stomach because it does move in pitches and surprises for sure. For sure.
Right.
Next, we got a photo, of course, from the droves of drones that are flying around Tesla factories today. And all factories, by the way, whether they're complete or not.
Yeah,
and
around the world.
Yeah, we'll share this picture from this time from China. So we'll go here. And what's interesting in this photo is you've got a bunch of Model
Rainbow.
3s and you've got a bunch that are circled with unusual colors. Not the Tesla palette of exterior colors we usually see. We've got a pink, we've got a dark green, we've got a looks like a metallic purplish, a teal color, a baby blue or sky blue.
Yeah.
So
turquoise,
this
maybe.
Yeah, this of course is Tesla Shanghai, and we had heard about this a couple of months ago that Tesla was going to give Chinese owners the ability to wrap their vehicle in the color that they wanted.
Yeah, we talked about this a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a number of months, so it might have been a year. Where
we never saw anything else
was
of it
coming, and apparently its time has come. And these vehicles are now showing up in the parking area for Tesla Shanghai, getting ready to be shipped out. So that's something that has come. And to this point, there has been no photo to this point. So that is the first time that we've seen some of these, as Hockey Day put it. Those are Tesla taco wraps. So, but. Yeah, that's a cool feature, and I am sure that many people would take them up on that offer if it was offered in North America too.
Yeah.
Although all you have to do if you're in any market is take the car to a proficient aftermarket wrap installer. Obviously, you don't want to take someone who's never done it, but if you find somebody that is proficient at that, you could turn your car into whatever color you would like as well. And really, there are no end to the number of videos that you can see of people wrapping their car in different crazy colors that are available. The color palette is vast when it comes to aftermarket wraps, and I've seen a number of different wrappers in action from all different points throughout North America.
So Jason Hughes had his car and his wife's car in bright yellow, and they also showed in the interface. I'm assuming also on the app. I'm wondering in this case if you buy your wrap from Tesla instead of the wrap shop, if it'll match. That would be really cool on their part, since we know the software can handle it already.
Yeah, that is a cool. That might be one reason to have it done at the factory instead of aftermarket. Hopefully, Tesla opens up that API so you can change it yourself after the fact. Although we've seen some crazy wraps. There was Marvel Comics, French fries, candy corn, all kinds of crazy.
I was just thinking solid colors, but yeah.
I don't know.
We know it can do. We know it can do colors that they don't already have, but I don't know if it can do graphics.
Right. That would be a cool app. You walk around your car with your phone.
Or maybe you just take a photo of it and then you press the upload button and it uploads the pattern.
There you go. I want to do my Cybertruck, but I would, if it's cheap enough, I would consider letting them do it if it could be updated in the app.
I'm still waiting for them to allow me to change my aero wheels from the covers to the solid rim. That would be cool too.
They don't have that in your software?
Nope.
Oh, because a lot of people, they go into service, pick their wheel, And now, for at least here, there's an option now. You can say no wheel covers.
Oh,
Where the
cool.
option you believe is in the software itself?
Yeah, in the car.
So not in the app.
Where
in
you
the
pick
car.
whether you have 19-inch or 18-inch wheels. They also have
Right.
one where you could pick no covers. They added it
Oh,
June or so.
You mean it's been there all the time? I didn't even know about it.
Just a few
that's
months.
Just a couple
Terrible.
months. Yeah. It'll still reboot your car. So after it reboots, it comes back and it's got the new predictions for your battery consumption.
I'm going to check that tonight, Casey, and I
Let me
will
know.
post on Twitter what happens. But
Okay,
your
if it's not
range
there,
will
then it's because
be-
you're Canadian.
Your range will go down a few kilometers.
Yes.
yeah, it automatically chops the battery up a little bit because it feels that the wheel cover is not compensating. Yeah.
Right.
That would
Yeah,
be
those
nice.
are aerodynamic covers. They're there for a purpose. And if you take
Yeah,
them off,
exactly.
you will pay
Except
change.
if you're under 45 miles an hour, it does not matter in the least.
Right.
But yeah,
It's far
next,
more important to look cool.
exactly. Next, Tesla has set up some manufacturing here in Canada. So no, not a Gigafactory. We're really hoping for that, but that has not happened yet.
It's
What they've
Gigafactory
done-
adjacent.
What they've done is they have set up shop in Markham, Ontario, which is a suburb of the Greater Toronto area. And they have put together a factory that is actually going to be manufacturing the battery assembly equipment for the 4680. So this facility is going to be building the machine that builds the batteries. And they are going to be then shipping this machinery to all gigafactories. I imagine it's also there for the ability to produce spare parts for the line if there's any issues, replacement equipment. But it's great that they've spread out some of the manufacturing now to Canada. It's not a huge thing, but it's a start. And we've also got another story that the province of Quebec is working with Tesla on battery development as well. So there's another story that I don't have listed in our list of stories, but they're actually working with the province of Quebec and have been for a number of months trying to figure out how Quebec could get involved in some of the manufacturing of batteries or materials or assembly. So that hasn't been finalized, but this story about Markham is a done deal. And the factory has already started to ramp up, hiring people and getting ready to start developing this machinery to be shipped out to all gigafactories going forward. So good news there.
I want to take a second and go back to the colors again. We talked about the Chinese colors, but also magnetic silver metallic is now free in the U.S.
That's right. That's right. There's been an addition of a free color.
In
And
addition
I
to
wanted
white.
to poll the two of you. Why do you think Tesla has given another free color? So
All the
now
people
there's
mad they have the rental car color.
well, is that what it is? Is it at the point now where there are so many whites out there that people can't find their car after going to the mall? Is that the problem?
Maybe. One thing that one of Sawyer Merritt's people that reached out to him pointed out is don't change your color after you've already put your order in if you have the lower price. Because we've been talking about these weekly price changes. One of these people saw a $4,000 price increase. So not only did he pay for the color, he paid $3,000 for the pleasure on top of paying for the color. Because when he bought, the color was what, $1,000, $1,500, something like that. So that $4,000 came out of pocket.
Ouch.
Yeah, he called the delivery people and they said, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah. If you make a change, you get the new price.
Yeah, and you lose your queue space too sometimes as well.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, yeah, you may get pushed into a further delivery. So yeah, once you've picked, stay clear of changing that order for sure.
All right, I'm sorry. Back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, so where's Professor Dunn, who's working with Tesla on battery technology?
He's in
Lithium
Halifax.
Yeah, there you go.
Halifax, Nova Scotia. So that's at the
Is-
far eastern end of Canada. He's
Okay,
over
so
by Maine is where he
Right.
is.
Okay.
I was thinking when you said the eastern side.
So
One of
not
the
near where
islands.
any of this stuff is happening.
Not where this stuff is
Yeah.
happening. So
Okay.
no. And it makes sense that Jeffrey Don is working on those the chemistry of the batteries themselves. We're talking about equipment that's being made to maybe wrap the batteries, maybe put them into casing, the automated ability to fire them off into modules, things of that nature. So it definitely would be different.
Yeah, I've done similar to Derek. He's customized his car, so he knows what it looks like.
Yeah, and that's a cool spot is to put a little stickers on the backside of the monitor.
Yeah.
And then you can see it from outside, and it's not going to obstruct your view or anything when you're driving. That's a nice little customization spot.
Definitely.
Exactly. Now there was a Twitter message that came up this week that caught my eye, and I'll just share it with you guys, and you can tell me what you think this is really about. So we'll go to share this.
Yeah, first
So
time I saw that, I was...
a Mach-E has been found with the plate FTesla. So my joke in the Twitter feed, which of course, if you're not following it, please do the Tesla Life. You can follow us throughout the week and see what's going on. My thought was, is this a Ford exec or just a Ford shareholder? But I also
it's not my friend Sergio, that's for sure.
I also had some other comments on the Tesla feed, and someone rightfully said, why would this guy put on fake Tesla on his plate?
Fake Tesla, Ford Tesla, fast Tesla.
Ford Tesla, a fun Tesla.
So that was kind of funny.
Or it's an F Tesla.
But that was kind of fun that I saw through the week. So I thought I would share it with you guys. Next, Patrick's got a story about Giga Texas and what's going on there.
Indeed. That's right. If you can share the images there, that would be appreciated.
Sure, I got you.
Cool. So, as we all know, Tesla's building a Gigafactory in Texas, Giga Texas or Terra Texas, and they have made 1,500 belt buckles that they are handing out to employees at that site. So if you want to be one of the lucky few to get one of these belt buckles, you got to get hired soon. And so this belt buckle says "Don't mess with," and of course it's got the Lone Star symbol and the Tesla symbol. So it's "Don't mess with Texas or Tesla." Kimball Musk has one. He's showing it off on Twitter, and one of these people who have got their belt buckle, they put it up on eBay.
Oh
with
no!
The low price of $20,000.
$20,000.
Just under 20 shares of Tesla, and you can have
what
this.
A deal!
I mean, don't you all have 20 shares kicking around for a belt buckle?
Sure.
20,000. That's insanity.
Right. So, many Tesla fans were hoping that this is going to show up on their store site eventually, but if they're, I don't know if they're going to stick with limited edition or if it's going to become publicly available. So if you were hoping to add this to your collection with your not a flamethrower and your Tesla surfboard, you might have to part with a few Tesla shares to get it.
Yes. I was really hoping that they would at least do a one and done run like they did with some of those other items. And
yeah, Tesla Keela.
Yeah, I mean, $400 for it. Okay, it's steep, but
yeah, you would think if they're going to pump them out and provide them to a number of the employees, early employees. You would think they would double or triple the run and offer them on the website or something. Maybe it has to make it a little bit different so that the actual employees have a unique one.
Maybe that's the
But
deal. Hackaday said, what about if it's in gold and silver? You can use that same mold if it's strong enough for both metals. And then you have, if it's in that color, it's an employee one. And if it's in any other color, it was the one run of collectibles before they destroy the mold.
that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
But
It would-
I'd
it would
hate,
save
I'd
people
hate to see the
$20,000.
price on a gold one. Like,
I was thinking gold color, but you're right. Yeah, that might be worth 20 grand.
Right? Yeah. If I'm spending 20 grand, it better be made of gold.
absolutely.
Oh man.
So we were wondering what they were going to like. Berlin's going to have Giga beer,
Yeah.
and the Texas belt buckle would make sense.
And of course, speaking of Giga Texas, we're still listening and still waiting for a possible announcement in the near future about Giga Tesla Fest, which
That's right.
we're hoping is going to come to Austin. Elon had said hell yes when someone suggested the idea. And of course, we're getting closer and closer to production days. Yeah, we're hoping to get some sort of a heads up when Tesla is going to throw this plant open and introduce it to the public. And what a great way to do it through a festival.
Right. That's when we'll find out what they're going to have.
What's that, Hockey Day? Someone trademarked Giga Beer. Yeah, I think they've probably done it.
They have. They with the American spelling and the German spelling of beer.
There
with
you
the
go.
IE. Yep. So
Yeah.
Tesla's already trademarked them.
Yeah.
Speaking of beverages, the Pepsi CEO recently stated in an interview that he is confident that PepsiCo is going to be receiving a few Tesla semis before the end of 2021. And of course, we're down to less than 2 months before that point. So he must have some pretty good information that he's going to be getting one or a couple of trucks for testing purposes. And I haven't heard of any sort of a mega charger being built at a Pepsi facility. Oh, what's that? What's that, Kacey? You got some news on that?
They've got the permits to do it at outside of the Frito-Lay distribution center. And then we did see at the Giga Nevada plant that there are 4 that are under wraps now, mega chargers. So maybe Tesla and Pepsi are going to test the heavyweight and the air bags of air at the same time.
Good point. I completely forgot that Pepsi is part of Frito-Lay or vice versa. So that makes sense to have mega chargers at both ends of a run. And I did know that it was the Frito-Lay in, where was it? It was California, definitely. Mm-hmm. It was, I forget the name of the city, but it was, they actually have a charging port already in the parking lot, and they were adding the mega chargers to that area as well. Yeah. I haven't seen an update on photos of someone taking a picture because they can be spotted from the road. So I'm kind of surprised that they're not swatting drones already. But there is the ability to see where those chargers are at. I just haven't seen anyone take a photo of it or comment on it in the supercharger forums.
Well, remember, my theory is that the equipment is the same as the V3 supercharger equipment. So until they put a megacharger stall, those we saw at the Nevada plant are a lot taller than the regular stalls. Until they put that part in, then it could blend in, totally camouflaged with the expansion of that supercharger. It could look like a regular V3 cabinet, except it won't have the same amount of cables coming out of it.
Very true. I'm real curious what the connector is going to look like.
Me too, because I don't think that the one we've got now, even if you liquid cool everything, could handle a megawatt.
Right. Yes. It's got to be at least 3 times bigger, I would think.
Maybe longer. It's just got long prongs.
Right, and this what I am surprised though that there hasn't been any type of photos at all about this. Like I get your point, Kacey, that it may look like a regular construction project, but the location's already been named online.
Mm-hmm.
There's an address. There's a photo of the above plant and a picture with an X of where it's going.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of surprised that no one has taken a telephoto lens out there and got a few pictures of the construction
what I'm thinking is they did.
Should be ongoing.
I'm thinking they did, and then just they've got all the equipment, all the stalls, except for the 4 or 8 or 24 or however many truck stalls. They're going to pop those in last and then hook up them to the wires for the, and so it would look like they belong there until that very last day when you see these really tall ones come in and get put under a bag. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's my theory.
Interesting. That's very interesting. And that completely slipped my mind that Frito-Lay and PepsiCo are under the same banner.
Yeah.
PepsiCo owns Frito-Lay, I believe, is how it goes.
Right.
But that makes even more sense now that the CEO has talked about that they are going to be getting them before the end of the year. So that is going to be very cool to see a few of those trucks with the Pepsi logo on them out on the roads. And of course, the drivers, beware now. You are going to be swarmed on the roads.
Yes.
So
I hope they take their timers off.
It's going to be tough to make deliveries, let me tell you, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be filming your vehicle and where you're going with those trucks.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Here's another story that came out this week, and it's about emergency vehicles. Remember a couple weeks ago, we talked about Tesla updating the software to recognize in low light situations emergency lights on the road from first responders vehicles, and it to alert you on the screen and slow the car down automatically. Just to let you know that there is an emergency vehicle that's active in your area at that time. Well, this story has someone searching the code, and they found evidence that there are going to be some emergency vehicle visualizations added to the screen. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we're going to get some, police or ambulance type vehicles with flashing lights or something that are going to be shown in a visual representation on the Tesla main screen, which only makes sense that they're heading in this direction. If they're already noticing or able to react to flashing lights, showing a visualization would make sense as well. So here's Kacey sharing some photos here from the resident white hat hacker. Green the Only is the one that found this information out, and actually are these the actual representations of the code he's found?
Yeah. So these will be attached to the motorcycle. This one in our screen now will be attached to the motorcycle avatar, and that first one will be attached to the either car or SUV avatar for a police vehicle.
Right, so that would just be superimposed on top of the vehicle displays they already have.
Yeah.
Right, so that they don't have to use new vehicles
right.
or design new vehicles. They'll just use the existing vehicle fleet that they have in the memory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I hope they issued a recall, because the adding features like this and making things better, the NTSB or someone's going to come after them for it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, so I was doing that Sunday stream, and I got the 10.3, and I downgraded live on air, downgraded from FSD Beta through 10.3 to regular old Joe mode. I'm getting a recall notice in the mail because my car could have slammed on the brakes on the highway, even though it never moved an inch, and I upgraded off of it immediately.
Yeah, that's
waste of paper and USPS fuel.
That is, of course, government moving at the speed of government.
Yes.
It's something that Tesla has gone by with the introduction of over-the-air updates, and with those updates come over-the-air fixes. They come with over-the-air improvements. So this is something that we talked about last week. That it's just the way that government moves. And what's really interesting was that this fix was performed in under half a day.
It was
So
it was 2 hours for me. And the car didn't even move.
so Tesla discovered the issue, the error. They
Yeah.
were able to research and find a fix, recode it, and put it into a new build and submit it to the cars that were affected, all in under half a day. This took place for the entire fleet. So kudos. It's something that they're able to do now quite effectively. And government requirement to send it out by mail to let you know that you're going to have to go to your dealer and get something fixed, when it was fixed within a few hours,
Right.
before the memo within the government even got to the right spot that they had to create a recall to send out. So
I think it would have been more effective if they could have been allowed to do it only to people who skipped the upgrade and skipped the other 2 upgrades that came after it. Hey, dum-dum, click the yellow button and push the install, please. That would be the whole letter, and it would go to like 5 people.
I'd probably not put dum-dum in the letter, though.
I would put dum-dum in the letter because you know how Elon is.
One of these systems is running on the modern internet era, and the other one's running in 1900s technology.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, next story, Pactor's got a story again about the stock market, but this is the people that bet against the stock market. What's this about?
That's right. Tesla Roddy tells us that 50% of Tesla short sellers have ditched their positions. So there was quite a while where Tesla was the most shorted stock on the market.
Yep.
And there were some notable names, David Einhorn, Jim Chanos, Mark Spiegel, and others that were out there talking about how Tesla's doomed and they're going to fail and the stock's going down, and they were wrong and wrong and wrong again. And it's funny, this stock that has done so well, made so many people so much money, these people have actually figured out how to lose money on this stock that's gaining so much.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, how to become
And we're
a
not
Tesla
talking just
millionaire.
cashed out early and missed out on the rise. They have been riding this train to the ground.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So there's 2 ways to become a Tesla millionaire: invest and make a lot of money, or start out as a billionaire, bet against it, and become a Tesla millionaire.
Yes.
I know which way I'd want to go, but that's just me.
So yeah, with 50%, so only 50% of them have wised up.
Right.
I mean, I guess that still leaves another 50%.
How many beats on the head do you need to get out of that? Like, really? Like,
Right.
I thought 50% was kind of low. I thought for sure that the recent rally, not only just the recent rally in the last 30 days, but the most recent rally over the last 12 months would push many of these people, if not almost all of them, out of a short position. But according to this article, it's only 50%.
Yeah, and they could have left silently without telling us, and we would just see the number drop. But no, they're both publicly saying this is a bad idea, and then they're still doing it, and continuing to get some humility handed at them day after day.
Yeah, like you can see if they could ride it in between the waves. Like we saw Tesla get up to 1,200, we saw it drop down 12%. Okay, if you were in a short position when it was at 1,200, and were able to sell it, you gained a little bit. But
there's people who've been in there since I got in at $38.
Yeah, exactly.
Who've been in,
what are they doing? Like, they're just constantly paying in the option money to stay in the game, and it's like, as I've said before, Tesla's over the hump. They got by it at the end of the production, the reliable production of the Model 3. Once they got to that point, that was their buffer. They got through it. They're over it. And it's nothing but blue sky, unless it's some, crazy thing that happens, or some insane move that they do. But just normal business, this company is just going to continue to grow in leaps and bounds based on what we've been able to see over the past 9 quarters. So having a short position and just continuing to hold on to it man, like Patrick said, maybe they're billionaires and they're looking for a tax loss.
Maybe.
Because that's what that 50% of people are still going to get.
Yeah, they just built 3 of the largest factories in the world and paid them in cash. Now, obviously, the Shanghai one, they just paid the loan back in cash. But the other 2, they paid and still managed to grow their cash haul in the account.
Yeah,
Right.
Not something I bet against.
Yeah.
Ford and VW's CEOs have said Tesla's valuation allows them to have as much access to capital as they wish.
Yep.
There's no holds on this company whatsoever. The money markets are theirs to have. If they want cash, they can get it from anybody. Not only their own bank account, as we've seen this growing amount stored, but they also have access to the capital market. And anyone will loan them money. So I just can't see this changing anytime soon.
And then both Ford and VW have used Tesla as the example for the rah-rah, hey, rally the troops, you got to catch these people, we're on the wrong path. Yeah. And VW actually had Elon on the screen like Apple and Bill Gates. He was speaking to the troops.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, all those cries of the competition is coming. We just see over and over how the legacy automakers are not able to shift gears. They can't change. Even when you have someone like Herbert Diess in charge who says that's the direction we need to go, there's yet another, what is it called when they question his ability to lead the company?
Confidence?
Yeah, vote of no confidence. Yeah, so he's facing another one of those internal to the company. And all the people that have been working there for 10, 20 years got in there because they liked gas cars. That's what their careers were. That's what their expertise is in. That's what they know how to do. And so they're fighting him. Unlike Tesla, where it was founded, Musk is the founder. It's that vision. Everybody who's hired on is hired on for that mission, not some other mission. And then we change missions. And I don't know. It's a pure play. And you don't have this mixed message. If you're trying to sell gas cars and electric cars, you have part of the messaging for electric vehicles is how much cleaner they are. Well, cleaner than what? Than the other thing that they sell.
Yeah. Well, that's why when people had always said, just wait till the bigger companies start to come online, they're just going to crush Tesla and move. But the problem is that these are huge ships. And as Patrick has just pointed out, there's many people on board these ships that don't want the ship to change direction, that don't want to move into a new way of producing or of a new type of a model or a new philosophy of how they're going to make mobility. And with those people on board, it's like dragging anchors behind you, slowing the ship down, allowing it not to be able to make turns quickly and efficiently. And that's exactly what's going on.
Right. I've only got 5 more years for retirement. All I have to do is delay this and cash my final check, and then I don't care.
Yeah.
There's so many people like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, they don't realize that they're shooting their retirement selves in the foot too, because
right. If the company's not around, then guess what?
They can't pay your retirement.
Yeah. Exactly. Final story of the night. Patrick's got this one as well.
You do? I thought I had it.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. Casey's got it.
Okay, so we talked about Kettleman City going up to 96 stalls, right? Well,
yes, we did.
Baker is also going to 96 stalls. That's the new.
I thought Kettleman went to 98.
98. I'm sorry.
Yep. So
you're right.
This one doesn't quite get
almost there.
Right. Baker, California.
They still could have done 6 more and done 100. They haven't done it yet. All right, Mark's got a picture for us.
There we go.
Look at that.
So it looks like we're going to get another solar awning and some battery packs.
So the article here, the one that I read from Tesla Canada, they said they don't know if it's going to have an awning, a solar awning. But Baker City is right on the edge of the Mojave Desert Preserve, and it's halfway between LA and Vegas. So perfect spot to have solar panels. If there's any on the continent, it's right there. So they better put solar panels on it.
Yes.
And again, just short of the triple number, right? 96.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like a stone's throw.
It's the desert. You've got the space. Just put
Yeah.
up another 4 stalls. Reach the 100 mark. But yeah, that's really weird that they're not breaking the 100. Haven't done it yet. 98 now, 96.
Yeah.
But I could also see that this is starting to pave the way. These larger superchargers is paving the way for those Tesla branded stores, or
Mm-hmm.
what we've seen in Kettleman City, like another perfect spot to put in a lounge, where
Right.
you've got a really large traveled route between Los Angeles and Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got another route that could be covered by that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see these larger supercharger sites starting to add those extra amenities, and start to push out Tesla's movement into retail, to
Mm-hmm.
do restaurants, to do merchandise. It's an ideal spot. They have the land anyways, and it's a benefit. It's a plus for the people that drive those routes, to give them the code to be able to use a clean washroom, to get a cappuccino, to look at some Tesla merchandise, and to discuss with somebody something about power walls or solar
Mm-hmm.
panels that they could add to what they're doing in their personal lives. So
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
like
a
the comment
plus.
on the article. They say the Bakersfield, home of the world's largest thermometer, is in the desert between LA and Vegas. It will have a solar canopy, or you'll get cooked just sitting there. So they have a point
Oh,
that
cool.
the Tesla's going to waste so much electricity on air conditioner if they don't put a roof on it.
Yeah, they better. The
Yeah.
nice thing about solar panels and air conditioners is they tend to one generates when the other gets used. They
Yeah,
go in phase pretty well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great. Again, this move to more and more superchargers is not stopping. Tesla is still rolling this out, and as we can see, with the addition of allowing other cars to charge and pay into the network, we only hope that this will speed things up. Kacey, stop moving around. You're bothering me. The camera's moving all over the place with you. He's got this fancy camera. He's like showing it off to everybody.
I was stretching my
So
leg.
this article says that Harris Ranch has 98 of them as well. I've
Yeah.
been to that one a couple times. It's between the Bay Area and Southern California, and so a pretty popular spot. But I think they only had like 12 or maybe 20 when I was there. So this
Mhm.
is a big
Yeah,
expansion
that
that
was
they've
an
made.
upgrade that they had done about 3 months ago. They
Yeah.
added all those different chargers. They took up some of the space that was to the, I believe, west of it. That was a
Hmm.
some sort of a truck parking area, and there was
Okay.
also possible talk about people suggesting that this could be one of the original spots for the mega charger to go in as well, because it is on a truck route. But
Mm.
that has not occurred yet. But it
But
would be an ideal spot to mix, I would think, at that one spot
if you're
at
gonna
Yeah, and the
Harris
open,
nice
Ranch.
thing about that is you stop they have a nice restaurant there. Maybe not so much great for vegetarians, but when it's a cattle ranch. But
yeah,
no, they did have vegetarian options. Uh, yeah, having a big you were talking about having amenities on site, and that's one nice thing they have there.
yeah, and if you're gonna open it up your network to non-Tesla vehicles, you're gonna need a lot more stalls.
Yep,
Right.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, with that, I think we will wrap it up this evening. And good job, gentlemen. Kacey, any updates for the fans out there for what you're doing for this coming week?
Certainly, I will be working on my 10.4 video. Hopefully, it will rain before I get 10.5, so I can do a 10.4 in the rain and just keep this going. Hopefully, it's not snow. And then on Sundays, if you like this, I've got a format similar to this, but it's Tesla and everything. Take a look at youtube.com/Kacey Green, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Very good. Patrick, any shout outs from you this evening?
I will give my usuals. I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcores.net. Check it out.
Very good. And I'll make my traditional call out. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up at the end of this video. Give us a subscribe, helps us out. I sound like a broken record, but it does help us. And you're supporting the show. It costs you nothing. And we would very much appreciate it. You can also follow us on our social media feeds. You can follow us on Twitter, The Tesla Life, and you can follow us on Facebook, The Tesla Life #1. And see what's happening throughout the week in between shows. We thank you very much for watching, and we wish you a fine and good evening. And next week, we'll all get together and find out what's going on in the Tesla life. Good night, everybody. Have yourselves a great week.
Stay positive, test negative.